What's good, you guys? You know who it is, man. This your boy Lex, and I'm back with another react. You dig? Yes, sirski. All right, so, man, we got Jaguar Wright question Al B. Shore's safety after he did the Drink Champs interview about mentioning things about Kim Porter, which is his kid's mom, and Diddy. Now, he did have a health scare not too long ago. He almost been out of here too, but he made it through. Spicy.
So for Cassie to take the stand, and mind you, there's no cameras in court. For Cassie going up there pregnant, almost due, for the optics of that, how do you feel? Just you personally, the optics of hearing about freak offs, hearing about these things that happened, years ago, and seeing her there because her husband is there too, and I believe he stormed off as well because she has children and now she's pregnant. The optic of seeing her up there,
being treated like a sex worker.
Yeah.
Being disrespected. All of the things, God bless Alex Fine. God bless Mr. Fine. Nobody has really thought about what this must be like for him. The second that him and Cassie pulled up in New York, they already had YouTubers, like ex-bad boy cheerleaders, who still bragging about being loyal to the Diddy, calling her a whore, telling people not to care about her baby.
Wow.
He said Mary Magdalene was a whore, and he compared her like. And y'all better not be affected by that baby bump. Whores have babies too. Who says that?
Wow.
Talking about he knows where her family is from because he's from New London, Connecticut. And everyone wants to keep barreling down on Ryan Leslie. It's funny. I talked about the whole Ryan Leslie connection. Ryan loved Cassie, bragged about her. Cassie just testified. She has tattoos on her body from Ryan Leslie. But nobody ever talks about how that relationship ended and how her relationship with Diddy began.
So I didn't even know they dated, bro. She said Cassie dated Ryan Leslie. I didn't know that part. Now I gotta go dig deep. I'm curious to see how their relationship ended. I'm very curious.
Ryan was blowing up.
He was at one point.
And after him and Cassie separated, gone. I wonder why. If Diddy has ran around and threatened every other man.
Yeah. Kid Cudi, Michael B. Jordan.
Interested in Cassie while he was busy abusing her, neglecting her, confusing her. Why wouldn't we think that he put the moves on Ryan Leslie? I thought it was interesting when he did Drink Champs, because he just recently, not that long ago, did a Drink Champ interview with Nori and them over on the Peer Pressure podcast. I was shocked to see that. I didn't understand the relevance. I didn't understand why he would do anything for a network that was affiliated with Diddy. I didn't get it.
That is right.
Didn't
That
make
is
any
right.
sense to me.
Drink Champs is under Diddy.
Not at all. But what I do know is this. Diddy has a history of bullying women into relationships with him and bullying men away from the women that he desires to possess. And I can speak about that very clearly, because that's exactly what he did with Kim Porter, and I'll be sure.
Dang sure did, Jag.
We've heard what was said.
Damn sure did.
They were married. Quincy was on the way. He wrote Forever My Lady in honor of Kim and Quincy. They were
Wow.
happy. Diddy came into the studio and said, man, I wish I could get a beautiful girl like that. This is while he was still with Misa. And Justin was already born. And Diddy said, but you have.
So this nigga Diddy been, bro, you know how long ago this was? This nigga been a messed up person. Boy, his karma is gonna eat him alive.
A
Boy, I
beautiful
swear.
woman and a beautiful family.
Wow.
Apparently, Diddy wanted his. You see how that turned out.
Did you get a chance to watch Albie Shore's Good Morning America? I think it was Good Morning America, where he did an interview.
I watched some of it. I couldn't watch. I'm trying my hardest not to watch anything other than what I'm focusing on. But I saw what I could. And I'm happy that he's getting a chance to speak. I'm happy.
Definitely.
And I'm happy that he's there so that he can give accurate accounts from Kim. Because
Wow.
the truth is, if Kim Porter was still alive, she would be the star witness right now.
Damn. I'm sure Albie Shore know a lot. If Albie Shore is Kim's kid's father, bro, I know they probably talked about so many things that Diddy don't even know. Of course she's going to reach out to her kid's father. They probably ended on good terms. So I'm pretty sure Albie Shore knows a lot. A hell of a lot.
It's triggering.
It seems like, speaking of Cassie, it seems like Diddy does have a hold over her, that she can't really speak on it the way, like, I guess being in a room with him, because she hasn't been in a room with him for almost a decade now. And to be there, it seemed like it's hard for her to really say what happened. That effect, they call it Stockholm syndrome. They call it a couple different things, to where she might feel like maybe this is how love is. Can you speak to that with young girls in the industry that comes into, men of power?
She was 19 when the introduction happened. He was fully entrenched in her life by her 21st birthday. She was plied with jobs, trips, fun. She was modeling. She wanted to be an artist. She got into acting. Let's be clear. All young women coming into the business are groomed to be susceptible to favor from the boss. Nobody tells you how it's gonna go. Nobody tells you what their real aim is. All you know is that you made it, right? And then you see what the cost of making it is every day after that.
Dang.
There was
Cold,
no way
cold
in the
world.
world Cassie could have been prepared for what was coming at her. And guess what? If everyone else around her was going along with it, why wouldn't it be fair to assume that she figured, well, this is just what I have to do? You know?
Yeah, she made a statement saying that they asked her, why did you not participate in freak offs? And she made a statement saying that if it wasn't going to be me that day, he'll just find someone else. Therefore, yeah, can you speak on that mentality? Like, if it's not me, it's going to be someone. So I guess I'm the chosen one for this.
It sounds like somebody who had already just accepted that this is what it was going to be, and
That's what it was.
Somebody else.
Mind control, bro. Diddy had so much mind control over this woman. Even common sense will tell you the things that she went through. Common sense will tell you to run and get away or go to the cops. For your own, who you know don't love themselves enough to not protect themselves. So she was under that much control. Now that's crazy, bro.
I get that.
Wow.
Most people don't. They don't want to get it Do you want to know one of the things that I discovered while talking with people in the streets of New York? Because the truth is, the vibe around the courthouse, you walk 2 blocks, it's completely different. The rest of New York, they don't even care. Matter of fact, they can't wait for it to be over.
Wow.
And it showed me how hard New York has become. Because the truth is, every time one of the bad guys is on the hook in New York, 9 times out of 10, they getting off. Like these people are totally desensitized. I've heard so many people say, man, it's a lot of evidence, but you know they're going to probably just let them off. People really believe that. And guess what? For decades, they've had reason to believe it. The diddler has been diddling and doing all kinds of crazy stuff for decades.
Long damn time.
Yeah, they just gave him a key to the city. They gave him a key to the city.
Well, you see the mayor that did that, and you see where he's at right now. Ain't nobody talking about him either.
Where the
Should we
mayor
put
at?
him on a milk cart?
I ain't know. Where the mayor at, Jack?
They're trying to pack everything away really neat. But at the end of the day, anyone who can look at that young woman, and she's still a young woman, even though Cassie's a full-grown woman now, mother of 3, she's still that little hurt girl. That's what people see. Can you imagine what it must be like for her husband right now?
I could not imagine,
Because
bro.
he rescued her.
Damn.
He rescued her from that animal who hired him to train their bodies. You know, it's wild. I was talking to Diddy's. I was talking to Diddy's massage therapist. She was with him for 18 years. She's worked on a lot of celebrities. Her and I will be having a conversation soon. Because she said, listening to my commentary, it gave her a better understanding of all of the pain that she was relieving these bodies from. She didn't understand where it come from. That's how quarantined and tight they had.
Wow.
They would go and do the damage, and then they would come to her for healing and wellness until she got too close. She worked with Justin Bieber too. You remember when Justin Bieber first started spiraling out, and then he was with Selena Gomez, and he started looking better and being better? He was working with this same therapist.
Wow.
And the second she got too close, they cut her off. She worked with Mariah Carey. Like, there's a lot of pain that's going on, and it's very well hidden. She never knew, because they know how to behave, when to behave. They know who to talk to, who not to talk to. They let this one in, they let that one in. If you get too close and you're too good a person, all of a sudden they send you to somebody else, so they cut off your work.
That's how it goes. That's how the hell it goes.
This is a well-guarded, demonic life.
You know, Cassie spoke on one time in LA. Of course, they were at the Intercontinental, and Diddy heard that Suge Knight was somewhere. Left the freak off to mask up, get him all black, grab the guns, going to look for Suge Knight. When you speak on bullying, you know, you hear stories like that, and you're like, you know, these are stories that people will talk about, but you know, to hear it firsthand and saying this is what's happening, where you'll leave a freak off to go look for your enemy, or it goes back to the Tupac Biggie scenario, which goes back to Keefe D. So they're kind of, I think they're dropping little things that could open up things later.
I'm hoping for sooner. I'm really hoping for sooner. It's
Wow.
It's just wild to me. This all feels so surreal. Because I'll never forget sitting here with you guys telling you all of these things that you're hearing about. And now
Yep,
you
Jag
testify.
said this shit
People say,
earlier,
oh,
a
she's
long
making
time
it
ago.
up. That never happened. She's crazy. I don't know. What is it like for you guys to hear all of this testimony after everything that we've shared together in these past 5 years?
Jag, you said it, Jag. I ain't gonna hold you. You said all this a long time ago.
It feels crazy.
Without question.
It's wild.
Because it seems like from my contemporary era, I was probably one of the only artists that was brave enough to tell the truth. The abuse, the beatings, the pharmaceutical abuse, the financial abuse, the gaslighting, the surveillance, light and heavy. How did all of this happen without law enforcement knowing? Oh, that's right. They did know.
Oh, wow. They was on payroll.
Because there are people that have brought in sworn affidavits.
They was on payroll.
Prosecutors, lawyers, law enforcement, who said that they corrupted cases and put cases on people on behalf of the diddler.
Wowzers, bro. The diddler has some power. Jag call him the diddler. I call him the butt monster. Dang. But that's the crazy thing, though. He had the key to the city not so long ago. He had supreme power. But on the other note, like Jag said, to piggyback off the thing she said about Cassie's testimony and her husband, who was the trainer, at one point in time, training Cassie and Diddy at one point in time, I'm pretty sure he heard a lot of different stories from Cassie. They working out, they talking. Okay. Now, for him to turn around and marry her, that shows he got some, bro, he do not judge at all. But for him to sit in that courtroom and hear everything that he probably never heard her tell him before, it's all new to him too. He's a strong somebody, bro. I couldn't have been sitting there, bro. I wouldn't want to sit in that courtroom and hear that. I wouldn't want to. But hey, support. I guess he's a great supporter.